Real stories. Real heartbreak. This is Letters from the Broken Dot.
She said he was just a friend. I remember the first time I heard his name. Casually dropped during a story about work. Jason said the meeting was a mess. No big deal, I didn't even blink. Over time, his name kept coming up more. Not often, just enough to register a meme. She laughed at a lunch they had with co-workers. A last-minute ride home when her car broke down. She was always open about it, which is why I didn't question it. I trusted her, we had built something strong. Also, I thought 4 years together. Countless memories, and plans for the future that included marriage, kids growing old. But then the little things started shifting. She started wearing perfume to work again, the one she said she'd stopped liking. She started guarding her phone, turning the screen away even while scrolling Instagram, and the intimacy between us faded. She was tired, stressed, distracted. I asked if she was okay. She said I was overthinking, that I was being clingy. So I backed off. I told myself relationships go through phases. People change, routines shift. It was probably just work stress, burnout. Something temporary. Until one night, she came home late again. I asked where she was. She said she was with a friend. And I asked who. She hesitated. Jason. Something cold settled in my chest. She noticed the change in my expression and added, "It wasn't just us, it was a group thing." I wanted to believe her, I really did. But I knew something wasn't right, so I did something I swore I'd never do. I looked through her messages. I didn't even have to dig far. There he was at the top of her chat list. My hands were shaking. They talked every day, morning and night, jokes, flirty banter, long paragraphs about their lives, their dreams. He knew things about her I didn't even know anymore. She told him she missed him, that she thought about him all the time, that being with me felt safe but stagnant. Safe but stagnant. Like I was a warm couch cushion she had outgrown. There were photos, inside jokes, voice notes. She said she hadn't slept with him yet. That was her word, yet. I closed the phone, my stomach was in knots. She walked in moments later and saw my face. I asked how long. She didn't deny it. Just sat down, eyes brimming with tears. I never meant for it to go this far. That hurt more than anything. Not just what she did, but that it wasn't a mistake. It was a series of choices, and at every step she chose him. I packed a bag that night. She didn't stop me in the weeks that followed. I spiraled, I lost weight. Couldn't sleep, couldn't eat. My playlist felt poisoned. My apartment haunted by memories of her laughter, her cooking, her scent on the pillows. Everyone kept telling me, "You'll get through this." But I didn't want to get through anything. I wanted it to not have happened. I wanted to go back to the man I was before the doubt. Before the late nights pacing the kitchen, wondering why I wasn't enough. But healing doesn't happen in a straight line. There were nights I wanted to call her, to ask if she missed me, if she regretted it. I came close more than once. But I didn't. Instead, I started journaling, going to the gym, forcing myself to get outside, even if just for a walk. I talked to friends. Really talked, let the walls down. I started therapy for the first time in my life. And slowly, very slowly, the fog began to lift. I realized I had abandoned myself in that relationship long before she cheated. I stopped asking for what I needed. I made excuses for her distance, her coldness. I was so afraid of being too much that I became less honest, less present, less me, and that's what hurt most. Not just losing her, but losing myself along the way. Months passed. One afternoon I ran into Jason. I wish I could say I punched him. I wish I could say he looked ashamed, but he just nodded at me like we were strangers on a subway. I realized then that neither of them deserved space in my heart anymore. So I let them go, really let them go. And in that space something new began to grow. Self-respect. I started showing up for myself in ways I never had before. I cooked full meals again, took trips alone, sat by the ocean with a book and didn't feel lonely, just at peace. Eventually, I met someone new. I told her everything. Not on the first date, not even the second, But when the time felt right, she listened. She didn't flinch or pity me. She just said, "I'm glad you know what you deserve now, and I do so if you're out there feeling broken, betrayed, like your world just caved in. Hear me, you will survive this. You'll carry the pain for a while, yes, but eventually you'll put it down and in its place. You'll carry wisdom, strength, clarity. You'll stop asking why they didn't love you the way you love them, and start loving yourself the way they couldn't. And one day you'll look back not with bitterness, but with grace, because the wound they left, that's where the light will enter."